So we're here today at the youth conference.
Young people should have a say on everything. You know, we don't want to be treated like young, yobbish people, which we're not. We want to be like tell adults we're better than that.
What you want from Maxfield and from just the whole country in general.
I was part of the committee that organised the distribution of questionnaires asking young people about their opinions and what they thought about the current state of Macclesfield and what they wanted to see in the future.
As a Member of Parliament, one of the things that you learn is that it's vitally important to listen to what's going on in the constituency, listen to what people's views are about what's going on in the country, listen what's going on to what's happening in the community. So I said to this taxi driver, usual question, so how's it going? And he said, do you want the good answer or do you want the really bad answer? He said, it is so beep, beep, beep bad, it's just terrible. It's so bad I want to speak to my Member of Parliament. Who is he? It's me, sitting in the back of your taxi cab. And how can we get a better voice for young people? And so there was a bit of a coming together of ideas a few months ago as to what we could do to make sure that this town is a town that's fit for future generations. Because otherwise, what we'll end up having is a town that 50-year-olds and 40-year-olds love, but increasingly becomes irrelevant to what you guys want to see.
The wheelchairs were so different back then as they are now. If I go back, it's just a straight frame. And if we ever went out on the road, we used to have a bigger rim, but on track you had a smaller rim. And that was just a metal rim with foam around it. And we used to have to wear gardening gloves just to get that little bit of a grip so you could get the power to go. I've actually been to Israel, Spain twice and Holland. And I haven't seen anything other countries whatsoever. It was basically on a plane, on a minibus, straight to the sports hall, you drop your chair off, maybe have a little bit of a practice, to the hotel, and by this time it's quite late, so you have something to eat, go to bed. Up again at 6 o'clock in the morning, have your breakfast, you're at the leisure centre for 8 o'clock in the morning, then you're there competing till about 9 o'clock at night. And we had to sleep on camp beds, and there's that picture shows at the bottom. I was actually slept under a chalkboard, a blackboard. And people used to come and write different things on each time. So that's us Hurricane Howard sleeps here, but that was my maiden name then because I had just got married that year. And so the showers and that, there were no seats or anything in the shower, so yeah, it was a matter of either getting out your chair and sitting on the floor and having a shower. Then you couldn't reach to turn it on and off, so you'd have to turn it on, then get on the floor and then get back in your chair. Or actually have what some people did, have a shower in the wheelchairs. I broke one of my rackets just before I was supposed to be going away. And I live in sheltered accommodation and they all rallied round to buy me a racket. And for my entrance fee and my accommodation and my flight, because it's all self-funding. Even the Olympics was all self-funding, you had to raise as much money as you could.
I don't know if you've noticed, but not many people have come to a conference correctly dressed. I have come correctly dressed for a conference. I don't think my mother brought me up with enough manners that if I'm coming to a conference, I should come dressed as ready for work, business. Like I think myself and Mr. Rutley, who's there is, are the suited and booted types. Stereotypes can be a little bit discriminatory sometimes, a little bit negative. It'd be good if we could get some positive stereotypes, but we'll start with the negative. I'm all right getting changed here while I talk. You don't mind, do you? just I feel more comfortable in this sort of kit. You know, I'm a youth worker for a long time, so although my mum told me to come dressed as ready for a conference, I'm actually a little bit more comfortable in this sort of gear, if you don't mind. The hoodie, you don't mind if the hood's up here. I spend a lot of time outdoors, so if I spend a lot of time outdoors, I like to wear my hat. Yeah, do I do it up one? Yeah. No, not do it. Because I'm a youth worker, I spend a lot of time outdoors, so I always have a scarf. So I sometimes have the scarf up like that, because it is cold. On your bits of paper, I'm giving you permission to write all the negative load of rubbish that the media come up with about young people. And all this sort of stuff, there's a look, there's an image. You know, I might choose to dress like that to walk my dog, because it's cold, and I go out and talk to young people on the street, because of the youth work sort of stuff. I'm wearing that because it cost me £3 off the market, it's warm. But it might say something to somebody. It might actually match with some people in the media or on the telly. I also like music. I go to a lot of gigs. So I'm just changing the way I look now because I like to go to gigs and I like to belong. I like listening to music. I like going places where I don't want to stand out. And when I put my headphones on, I'm basically saying to people, don't talk to me. Get lost, I'm not interested. Yeah? And also when I get to the gig, a lot of people might be wearing similar style stuff to me. Might be wearing slightly skinnier stuff, a different pair of trainers, maybe a different top. So there's a stereotype where I'm trying to belong to something deliberately. I want to be part of the group, don't want to stand out.
On Wednesday, we organised and ran a Young Ambassador conference at Wilmslow High School for over 200 people to teach them how to become a Young Ambassador. We also ran a parent workshop to explain what their children will be doing and also to engage more people in the community to get involved. Linda Roach, who spoke earlier, is our community ambassador, as is Peter Healing from Peaks and Plains.
For a project, you can get an ID card where you get your name and you can only buy a certain limit of alcohol a day. So if you bought like a bottle, you couldn't buy another bottle the next day.
Also we looked at the media, how they portrayed us during this, the riots, and also that the people who were younger were angry at how they were shown, and the social network sites helped us spread the awareness of the riots, but then also help the police to kind of track down where they were going to go next.
The first speaker, Linda Roach, she was really interesting.
Yeah, she's really inspiring on how you can get through life even if you've got a disability.